So last week we were talking about your aunt and her addiction and how that's been stressing you out. So I was wondering how that's affected you this past week.
I mean, between like driving her to like meetings and counseling, and just like dealing with her on a regular basis, it's been like kind of stressful. Just because I feel like I'm only 20 years old and it's not my brother or my sister or my child. Like I didn't sign up for this, and I feel like it shouldn't fall on me. But I also like don't want it to fall on my mom. So that's why I kind of like take like the one up and kind of play the role as if like it was my own child. But it like sucks just because I don't want to have to deal with it, and like it runs into my life and my free time when it shouldn't because I never signed up for it. And as much as I want to help and like see her do good, it's just like this wasn't like I didn't ask for this life.
Sounds like you're taking on a lot of responsibility for someone that isn't really like your immediate family.
Yeah, exactly. Especially because like it's my mom's sister, so it's just like I know if I don't help my mom, like it's just gonna be all on her. And like the stress I'm feeling, I know it's like her anxiety is that, but times 10. So it's like I don't want to have to put any more on her that she already has.
Do you feel more capable of handling it than your mom maybe?
I definitely like she's definitely strong and she's her own person. She just has like with the rest of her family members, there's just always so much going on. So I just feel like if I could take like this one part and just kind of like help her out with that, it's just like one thing she just doesn't have to worry about. And like yeah, it's not a lot, but it's like all the running around she already does. Like the couple things like I could do, like she has those couple minutes for free time instead of like being with her and stuff. Just because like it's depressing, like being around someone like that all day and like going to those meetings and like hearing other people like you don't want to hear that every single day all the time. Like it's just like the same thing and it's just so draining.
Do you feel like that depressing atmosphere is affecting you at all?
I don't personally like just because I know like that's not me, that's not the life I chose for myself, and like I'm very strong minded and like the way I feel, like I would never let it like kind of take over me and just like I'm more just like that is someone else's life. Like I know that's not what I want for myself, so I'll never put myself in that predicament. But it's just like seeing like my aunt kind of just like hate her life. That's what like kind of upsets me, and it's just it falls on my mom too, and then my mom starts to like get really upset, and that's when like I start like my anxiety like just like really like eats at me.
It's a very strong, noble thing for you to do to take that responsibility from your mom.
Yeah, and especially like I have two older brothers too, and I feel like not that it should fall on them more than it should fall on me, but it's just like being the youngest. It's like why does it even have to come down to me? Like why couldn't she help herself? She's a 52-year-old woman. Like why can't?
Sounds to me like it's a little unfair.
Yeah,
That
definitely
you're
is.
dealing with so much. Is it taking away from your focus on like school and other aspects of your life?
I think it definitely plays a role just because as much as I'm 20 years old, I want to go out and have my fun. It's like I need to put a pause on my fun to go take her here, do this, or drive her, bring her money, and it's like so then I'm just like out that much later because I had a pit stop and do that, and then I just feel like I'm not like when I'm in school, my brain's like not fully there. Like I've missed classes a couple times so I could take her to her meetings, and like that's like once again, you're not my child. Like I shouldn't have. Like, I shouldn't come to that point.
Like you're being the adult.
Yeah, I'm 20 and she's 52, and it's like I'm the one acting grown, and she's just like whatever. That's how her life is. She's just whatever about her life. Like whatever happens, happens. But I'm sitting here like stressing myself out to make sure she stays sober and clean, and it's like, but I'm not the one with the addiction. So it's like I hate playing the role of like trying to help someone out who doesn't want to help themselves. And like as much as like that sounds selfish, like I'm just so over trying to help
So why do you continue to help her then?
solely because of my mom. Because if I know if I back down and was like I'm not doing this for you, I'm not doing this, like it would all fall back onto my mom, like it always does. And it's like that's literally the only reason. Like I love my aunt, but it's like you're a grown woman, you could find your own way and figure it out. Like you have a place over your head, like the rest you could figure out. You could get a job on your own. You can find a taxi to get back and forth. Like I don't need to do that for you.
To me, it sounds like all the help that you are giving for your aunt is actually really just for your mom.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So it's not so much to help your aunt battle her drug addiction, but more to help your mom and kind of ease her pain and suffering watching her sister go through what she's going through right now.
Yeah, it's just like kind of like just like one less thing my mom has to worry about. And like, yeah, at the same time, my mom's like, I don't want it to fall on you, and then she starts feeling bad, like this should not be on you. And I kind of just have to play it off, like, no, it's fine. Like, I don't care to do it. Even though I do, it's just like, I don't want to have to give her, like, that extra stress, like, in the back of her mind, like, oh, now my daughter's involved in it.
So to your mom, you act like it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Like you don't mind at all.
Yeah, I kind of just, like, and, like, not, it doesn't bother me that much. Like, I would love to help my aunt and, like, see her, like, and that's why I'm doing it also. It's not solely because of my mom, but it's just, like, how far, like, this has gone on for. It's just, like, if it wasn't for my mother, I would have stopped helping a while ago. As bad as that does sound, but it's just, like, beating a dead horse.
Do you feel like it's almost hopeless to help your aunt?
I mean, like, she's been sober now for, like, a month. So, after 25, 30 years of drinking, I mean, a month is something, but it's just, like, every other time, like, we go this far and then we take 10 steps back. Like, take one step forward, then it's another 10 steps back. So it's just, like, I'm tired of living this life. Like, and I know it's just, like, I've dealt with it with other family members. It's a constant cycle. Like, it just, like, it's going to keep happening. And, yes, like, there's definitely a hope for her to be clean one day and completely, but it's just, like, this is my life as well. Like, I'm clean for a reason because I didn't want to have that life for myself. I feel like I didn't have a child just because I'm not ready to raise another human being, and that's what I feel like I'm babying her. Like, by giving in and giving her money when she needs cigarettes or whatever the case is, it's just like, I just don't want to do it anymore, and I'm so over it.
Yeah, it's a really hard thing to do, and it's really impressive that you handle yourself the way you do in that situation, because it's not an easy one to be in, especially when you're waiting for that person that you're helping to kind of regress because that's what you're used to.
And it's like, that's bad to look at, like, I'm just waiting for her to mess up, but it's almost like, kind of like, if she messes up one more time, I say to myself, like, okay, then that's going to be it, but then she messes up and we're just back to square one, and I'm like, okay, like, I said this was going to be it, but here I am back helping her, and I'm like, stuck, like, I don't know, but I know, like, I don't want it to fall on my mom, so that's why I just, like, I'm going to push through and keep doing it until, hopefully, like, she's fully sober in some time.
To me, it seems like you don't even really want to get your hopes up.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to get hurt.
I just kind of, like, don't even, like, think about it as much anymore. Like, I just do what I have to do and, like, don't put too much thought. I don't really talk about it either. It's just, like, it happens. I take her where she needs to go. I drop her off, say love you, and then that's it. Like, hope everything's good, stay sober, and then I'll see you next time until I have to pick you up again or drop you off money. And it's just, like, it's so draining. Just having to see, like, someone in that state of mind, like, so, she's just, like, so frail and, like, skinny and just, like, scared of the world. Like, the second she walks out, she's just, like, it's like a whole nother world to her, and it's just, like, this is a normal, like, this is how normal human beings go on with everyday life, and you're just, like, so out, like, it's so crazy. But
it must be really hard to watch somebody you love go through that.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy, but, like, you get used to it, especially, like, dealing with it, like, time over, like, over and over again. But it's worth seeing my mom having to deal with it and, like, her reaction to it all. Just because, like, the same thing for her, like, it's just, like, how it happens time and time again with, like, different family members each time. And she's, like, same thing with her, she's just over it, but it's just, like, she's stuck in between that line, like, it's still family, you can't walk away from family. As much as everyone tells her, like, Marianne, just, like, walk away, just leave it alone, like, it's not your problem, like, you didn't choose that life. It's, like, but it's still my family, like, you're not, like, how are you just gonna leave someone, like, on the side of the road just to, like, fend for themselves when they have nothing, like, no money, no job, no house, like, no, like, so that's why I kind of feel like I just stick with it, just because I know if I didn't do it, it would be on my mom, and then that's just, like, another thing for her to